saying, look, if we presume this was Earth and it's a disc, but everything you see is round, but really it's flat.
Yes.
What is under here is what I want to know.
Flip it the other way.
Yeah.
Oh, now you can put stuff in it. See? Like water and magma. This is the Bob and Mike cast,
where each week we're going to get into some crazy topics, so listen in.
So sit back, relax, and enjoy the conversation. Hey everybody, welcome to the show. I'm Mike Ismarchik. I'm here with Bob Greenlaw.
Fellow realtor.
What's up, man?
What's up, man?
Fellow realtor.
Crazy week. Been a crazy couple weeks, obviously.
Crazy couple weeks. Okay. Yeah. Crazy. Crazy's normal. What do you got?
Well, this news. News is crazy. Interest rates went way up, so that
interest rates. Yeah, let's talk about the interest rates. Let's talk about this.
Yeah.
So you want to get serious?
You
want to go to the fun stuff right away?
No. Just been busy, so we haven't been on. We haven't been on here for a few because we haven't been able to get back here and get things on tape because we've been kind of busy.
Yeah. Well, so here's a question. Here's a question I've been getting. Right.
All right.
And it's the question is, why would I move when I have a 3% mortgage?
Yeah.
And I would have to pay 8% in a new mortgage or to get a new house, right?
Yeah.
And the answer is no. Don't move. That's it. It's simple.
There's no question.
There's no reason.
Right.
If that's what your situation is and you do not have to move.
If you're in your home.
Yes. If you're in your home, and again.
And when I mean in your home, like you're not your forever home, but you're next to forever home. Like you don't mind being there.
Or your forever home or whatever. If it works for you.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Sure.
Right?
100%.
Yes. But if it doesn't, you don't be afraid.
Exactly.
Because what are we seeing? We're seeing what?
What?
Houses that are sitting a little bit longer.
Starting to finally. Starting to get some kind of, I'm going to say normal. That's a bad word.
Well, we want to talk, more from a
settling
crazy seller's market to,
a normal seller's market.
Normal sellers,
because
middle to seller's market.
We're in a seller's market.
Yes.
There's no question we're still in a seller's market.
And explain what a seller's market is.
Just when the seller is basically getting higher pricing and is more favorable on the side of the transaction.
There's more demand for the houses, right? Yeah. So the sellers have, they have a lot to say about what goes on and what they can do.
A few months ago, there were crazy requests. I mean, a few months before that, they were even crazier.
Yes. I mean, you could pretty much ask for anything as a seller. You could stay in your house for 6 months after close if you wanted, if that's what you were looking for.
And it wasn't even embarrassing to ask.
No.
In the past, you wouldn't dare ask for something like that unless it was like a dire need. You wouldn't even think to ask. Now it's a normality.
Yeah. So,
I mean, there are people that have bought their houses, 6 months ago who still aren't in their homes.
Yeah.
Think of that.
I know. That's true. And they're looking at, and the problem is they're looking at this market saying, okay, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Did I pay too much?
Did I pay too much?
Because you get caught up in the bidding wars.
I can't find a house, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big thing. I mean, it's a mental game.
Well, again, like you said, if you're in your forever home, why would you leave? Well, you wouldn't. Plain and simple. But let's just face facts. Most of the people that are out there buying, needing to buy, take off, go. You're just investing in your future.
Yeah. And again, if you're worried about the interest rates going down next year, where you would have had a better chance at paying less for your mortgage, you can refi.
Right.
In fact, I mean, a lot of lenders right now are doing, they will just rewrite your mortgage.
Pretty much.
Which is basically a no-cost way of reducing your rate once the interest rates go down.
Sure.
So you can lower your payment.
One.
Right? And you can get into that low interest rate and you can lock it in for 30 years.
And if you found your forever home during the high interest rate, who cares?
Yes.
You're going to pay extra $150, $200 per month for a couple of years.
Yeah, but
you're just going to spend it on something else.
Yes, and you're actually I know you're paying interest, but
who cares?
It's towards your house.
Right.
It's
your investment.
Yeah. So and obviously if you have to be comfortable with the payments, but it's not that bad of a deal, really.
No.
So yeah,
I think people get excited about it, right? Because they used to hear the stories about the '80s and crazy interest rates.
What stories about the 80s are you getting into, man?
Well, I mean, our parents would always talk about.
You're talking about real estate 80s.
Yeah,
okay.
Real estate 80s where they had high interest rates. And we're not talking about Metallica.
You're talking about,
Yeah. Bon Jovi. But no, so think about it. I mean, crazy rates, and yet they still bought, and they still
Up to 18%. Yeah,
sure.
Of course, the prices of houses were a third of what they are now, but
Well, does that mean prices will go down? Who knows? Maybe they do.
I don't know. The only thing that is stopping that, in my opinion, is inflation. I mean, inflation's out of control.
Okay.
So the value of the dollar is lower. That $400,000 house is not going to decrease in value anytime soon, as long as the dollar is worth lower than it was, right?
Okay. So you're
that's my opinion.
That the pricing is going to stay normal, if not rise.
You may have a little dip. You always do. It never goes straight up, but there's always pullbacks, and there may be a pullback here coming soon. Pullback, right? Take it down a little bit. You go up. Take it back down.
Got to come back down. You got to come down.
So, but
it's laws of physics, everyone. This is how it goes. If you go up, you must go down.
It's not a. What do they say? You take the stairs up and then the elevator down, right? Like in 2008.
Right. Well, let's hope that. I don't think we'll see that. At least they said then it would never happen, and it happened.
Yeah.
We're saying it now it wouldn't happen again, but we don't know.
We don't know, but I'm going to tell you the indicators are obviously different, right? So with like we said, the value of the dollar.
I think it's just getting when the interest rate goes up, it means it's stronger.
Well, they're trying to make it stronger.
Right. And we keep buying. I mean, that's the thing.
It is crazy.
There's no lack of purchasing. Purchasing is still out of control.
Yeah.
So therefore, we haven't hit a top market.
Across the board.
Yes. They're worried about trucks at $100,000. Well, people are buying the trucks, guys. I don't know what to tell you because there are no trucks out there. Go look for one. There isn't any. And you can't tell me they haven't made any because they have. So that means someone's buying them.
True. So, I mean, to sum it up, we don't see any, there's a slowdown, obviously. And if your house is not completely renovated or show ready, it needs some work, you're not going to get that full price. But there are still multiple offers on the right houses.
Oh, yeah. If your house is one of those, I would suspect that it doesn't matter what market you're in. If your house is that house, right, you're always going to have the multiple inquiries or multiple offer situation. But when they start to last at least a couple days, it gives everybody a half a second to at least breathe, right? I mean, part of this problem has been we can't even keep up with the market because it's like house hits and you're burning rubber to get there, right?
Yeah.
And then and then heaven forbid your client actually is interested, and then it's like panic strike time, right? Because now you got to whoa, now you're calling, you know that call. I mean, how many times? Hey, how many offers do you got? Hey, what's the highest offer? And we're doing this back and forth when you can't say anything anyway, so why even bother calling? But still, everyone's going to call to try to catch an edge. That's just what we do.
Yeah. So I personally, I'm not a fan of this type of market. The type that we were dealing with for the past few years, right? I don't like that extreme seller's market because, on the seller side, it's great, but when we have some buyers that have been looking for a while, and you feel bad for them. I mean, it's just been tough. So, but anyways, I think we're getting back to somewhat normal.
Okay,
at least we're able to negotiate on some houses, and that's a good sign because
I think so.
When we can negotiate. As instead of saying, "Hey, well, you gotta add this and you gotta add that and this to get this offer, and you got to give everything," then that's not fun,
right?
So,
especially like buying houses sight unseen with no inspections and crazy things like they were asking. I mean, these are all bad things. I mean, not good, for anybody.
And we had several buyers miss out because we don't want you to not have an inspection.
Yeah, that's a no-fly zone.
Worst possible thing. A house is expensive.
It's your biggest expense, man.
And I know your emotions get the best of you, and you're like, "Well, I don't need one," but
we put it in.
There are some big money problems that can happen.
We saved some of our clients mass money because we forced them into an inspection.
And they've had to back out or the seller had to take care of that deal, And
again, like we always say, it's not about us. It's about you finding the right thing. Yeah. So we want that. Listen, here's the deal. We're not going to get into...
Here's the deal.
We're not going to get into the 50 reasons why we do our job great, but that's one small one.
Oh, so, we could.
Yeah, we could.
We could talk.
We're not going to.
How much time do we have? Okay.
Well, we start talking about that, then.
Yeah. We'll be here for a while.
We'll be here for a minute.
Yeah. No, but anyways, it's not the best time to make the move unless you are ready to make the move.
You said it best.
Yeah.
If you don't have to, don't. If you're happy where you're at, stay. Sit down. Relax. Take it easy. If you do want to sell because people are there to buy it. And if you do want to move, you're okay. Go ahead. Don't feel if you have a secure job, you can afford your payment. Doesn't really affect you. I know it's a little bit more. Okay. Things will change. You will be able to refinance that.
You can negotiate that now. You can negotiate your offer, right?
Yeah. So, now you can actually lower it a few thousand, and that does buy you that extra payment over a few years. So
let's say you're looking at a house that's $500,000 in the past.
Yeah.
You would have to bid $550,000, $560,000. Yeah. Right. Guarantee the appraisal.
Sure.
Now that same listing at $500,000
is selling at $500,000.
$500,000 or less. You can go on to $480,000. Right.
So now if you take that $50,000 that I saved you,
50, 70 grand, 80 grand. Yeah.
Right. And defer that over your monthly payment, you're actually still coming out ahead.
Seems like a pretty good deal.
You look at it one way.
Yes.
It looks horrible. You look at it another way, you're actually coming out ahead.
Yeah. And when the interest rates, if they do come down, then you're like,
refinance, and you just made more money.
Yeah. And if they go higher, you locked in at,
then you just sit down for a minute.
Yeah.
Eventually, within a 30-year period of time, that interest rate will drop.
We hope. Yeah.
We hope. Allegedly.
But yeah, so that's there are benefits to actually purchasing now, but
like I said, it's all the way you look at it.
Yeah.
If you want to buy, this is the time to do it, right?
I agree.
So why stop? Why get excited? If you're looking, look, if you want to sell because it's still a seller's market.
Yeah.
And eventually we will get to a buyer's market. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
Yeah, there's always cycles.
There's always a cycle. And we know this. We have a 100-year definitive pattern of that happening. Buyer, seller, buyer, seller. It's just what happens.
Keeps rolling over.
So it's
Life
coming.
goes on.
When? Who knows? But it will come. And will it be a drop like in 04 or 08? Who knows? Maybe. Maybe it is a fall.
We don't think so.
We would hope it isn't because it was a disaster the last time. Right? I mean, jeez.
It was not fun.
I don't want to go back to that.
No, I don't either. I'm not. I wasn't a fan. Was not a fan.
I would say this is crazy, but that was way bad.
Yes.
I would even say that was probably because technology wasn't even that.
No, it was just, I mean, the conversations that you would have to have with the seller or past client that, hey, you know that house that you bought for $300,000? It's worth $150,000.
You're not moving.
And you financed it at 100%.
Yeah.
So all your money is in that house.
Yeah.
And you owe. That's a problem. You want to talk problems?
That's a problem. You want to talk problems? That's a problem. And that's not what we got going on today. That's what I'm trying to tell people.
No.
You're looking at this all the wrong way. An extra $100 on these houses right now in your mortgage payment, I'm telling you, in the grand scheme, you're $50,000 ahead going into it if you buy at a lower rate. Who cares about the interest rate? It's all about the purchasing price.
Yes.
So think of it that way. Don't think rate, think purchase price. So
there you go. If
you're able to stall the purchase price from rising any higher than it already is, then you're ahead of the game.
Yeah. I look at it like, TJ Hawkinson just signed today, right? Former Lion, right? They traded him to Minnesota. Okay, tight end, right? But he signed this big contract, right? He was trying to set the market for tight ends, right? Every time, like, say, a quarterback or tight end or receiver, the top one signs, it's a deal because the next one is getting more, right? So when you buy the house, I know seems like the most expensive house on the block, but that's only temporary because eventually.
Yeah, people that bought last year look at this year and be like, I actually glad I bought last year.
So at some point, you have to just kind of, you can't time the market. You're not Warren Buffett, and you just have to say, okay.
If we go based on what he did, he's been cutting bait and selling stuff like crazy. So we don't want him to be the indicator of what's going to happen.
But he can time the market. Actually, he's more of a buy and hold, but he has more knowledge than we do, right?
So won't disagree.
But I would say, going back to it, if it's the right time for you individually to buy, you buy.
Don't
be afraid.
Hesitate. Don't be afraid because there is nothing to worry about.
No.
Like absolutely zero to worry about.
No.
So
anyways.
Anyway.
Yeah. Did you see that moon last night?
Crazy. That thing was so big.
What's that called? Was it called the
full moon?
Blue moon. Full moon.
In most countries, they call it a full moon.
No, it was a full moon, but it was was it a blue moon?
Oh, I don't know. Did it have a particular moon last night?
Yeah, it was a certain type of moon.
Oh, I don't know about that then. But it was huge.
You don't know about that? I figured you would know all about that.
No, but it was, I know, waxing and waning and all that kind of business.
That's your normal stuff. Come on. That happens all the time. Talking about last night's moon.
I didn't know how far you wanted to go with moon etiquette. I was just, listen, I looked up at the sky. There was a moon. It was enormous. It was full.
It was a rare blue moon. Supermoon.
Supermoon. Well, that's why. It was big. It's huge.
So
it looked like the one in Jim Carrey, Bruce Almighty. You know, he pulls it down.
Pulls it in, yeah.
That's what it looked like. It looked like it was in your face big last night.
It was big, yeah.
Flat Earth. Moon changes. You know.
I'll give you a blue moon fact here. Right?
Blue moon.
Yeah. Well, okay. The song, right? You're a soccer guy.
Yeah.
Man City.
Okay.
That's their song, right?
Okay.
Blue Moon.
Yeah.
Right. And it was that's like their unofficial, fight song, whatever. They play it all the time when they come out, right? That's
that version of it, the 50s version.
It's like it starts off slow and the whole crowd sings it, and then they speed it up into almost like a punk version. I don't know who does it, but it's pretty cool. But it's in Ted Lasso. You ever seen?
I didn't watch it.
You don't watch Ted Lasso, okay? So the reason behind that is Man City was not very good.
Okay.
Like,
sure,
years back.
Right.
And now they're awesome, but they were not good, and they said that they would win
when they sang the song
Once in a Blue Moon.
Ah.
Right? It was a knock on them.
Yeah, it used to be an old tag sign, yeah.
Yeah, once in a blue moon, right?
Sure, everyone's used it.
They had a blue moon.
Of course everyone's used it.
Yeah. So anyway, so they took it.
They live in a cave.
So they took it and they started using it, yeah.
Good. So and now they're winning.
And they play it. It's kind of like the blue. Screw you to everybody else, right?
Nice. Good for them. Good.
There's your fact for the day.
Boom.
Yeah.
Mic drop by Mike.
Once in a blue moon. Apparently for you, blue moon happens all the time.
Blue moon. Well,
waning, waxing, crescent, and blue moon.
Well, listen, I know we were talking about super blue moons. I mean,
supermoon, not only a blue moon, a super moon.
Super blue moon.
Super blue.
That's a big statement.
Blue moon.
We're going to fact check this with NASA. Super blue moon, flat Earth.
Is that flat Earth?
Why?
Because of the flat Earth.
It was bigger.
You're saying, yeah. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. Is that what you're saying?
Are you starting to?
No, I don't believe.
I think you are moving in that flat Earth direction.
No,
yes.
I'm not.
No,
at all. I don't see how it could be flat.
Well, apparently
everything else out there in space is round. So,
yeah.
If they're saying we're a flat disc, then I'm really calling crazy at that point.
Yeah.
Because now we're not flat. We're just disc flat. Like, that's weird. What's under us? Like, what's down there?
Don't even know what's down there.
What's the flip side?
I don't know.
So I'm envisioning a coin, right?
You're a flat earther. You tell me.
No, I'm not a flat earther, but I'm saying if you thought about a flat earth, would it be like this, like a disc? Is that what they're talking about? Are we
Have
round
you seen
like
the pictures?
this?
You've seen the pictures. Yeah, it's like that.
Well, that's crazy. That doesn't even make sense.
To you.
Well, there's magma down there. Or is it just part of the layer that
maybe there
protects
isn't.
us?
Maybe there's just... Well, why would you drill through the magma?
There isn't? We've seen it. There's volcanoes that spit that stuff all over the sky.
So
it comes from somewhere.
But obviously, they're saying there's some type of base, something holding it together. I don't know. I'm not we have to have a flat Earth expert on here.
There's no flat Earth. There's no such thing as flat Earth. So how can you have an expert?
We can have not an expert on the theory.
On the theory.
On the theory of flat Earth.
Here's the problem with theorists, right?
That's a correct statement. There is
when
no
you start
expert.
looking at multi-dimensional stuff,
yes,
and you're making a dimension to prove a theory, that just sounds crazy. So forget reality. Let's get into like sub reality.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds psychedelic to me.
Psychedelic. Okay.
So flat Earth. What's underneath? Nothing. You don't know. Nobody knows. But we have a flat Earth. You're the expert. Please keep on walking.
Well, what was underneath your disc?
That's what I'm saying. Look, if we presume this was Earth and it's a disc, but everything you see is round, but really it's flat.
Yes.
What is under here is what I want to know.
Flip it the other way.
Yeah.
Oh, now you can put stuff in it. See? Like water and magma. You can't have volcanoes.
We'd be under here. So what gravity is keeping us going? Like we have gravity.
Yeah. Gravity's coming down, keeping us down.
But they say we have limited gravity.
Maybe the gravity's pushing on the other side too, keeping it up.
But we have limited gravity on the moon, allegedly. Like you remember how Neil like
bounced?
Yeah. Right?
Allegedly. In the video.
Okay.
Yeah.
But even if they simulated that, they still simulated partial gravity.
They showed you, yes.
One way or another.
Okay.
Yeah. So bing. How do we have gravity here? Explain it. Forget the scientific method. How do you explain it? We have gravity. Our feet stick to our ground. We know this is a definitive thing. Our feet are on the ground. We stay here.
Yes.
Okay. If I throw something
unless you jump.
But even if I jump, I don't keep going. I fall back down.
Okay.
So something's pulling me down.
Yeah.
We agree on that?
We agree. Yes.
Okay. If I go to the dark side of the disc, the flat side of the earth,
the flat side, yep.
Does it have an equal draw? And are there indigenous people on the flip side of this thing? Do they look different than us? Because maybe they're not in the sun.
So you're saying like an underworld?
Is there an underworld? Is that what they meant by heaven and hell? We're on the heaven side of things, and there's a hell side of things. Maybe somebody got through it.
You're getting crazy. You're
maybe
getting like
somebody tunneled.
So you're talking about like Stranger Things type stuff, right? The upside down world.
I'm not talking about that, but yeah.
So
I guess
where
that
in
would
your
make sense.
flat Earth theory does the underworld? You know I'm going to keep pinning this on you.
I am not a flat. I am not a flat Earth theorist. We are going to argue with someone about this, and I am putting you on your game. This is me. Okay. This is me challenging
These are questions.
you.
Okay,
yeah.
These are preliminary questions about a flat Earth. Okay.
So I need to know how we're going to think together against this guy when he comes at us with all this crazy. I want to know.
Well, there's
was there a dark side? And if so, did someone like hollow through to the under part of this thing? Did we find like a thin part?
Can you go to the edge and then just kind of?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Can you go over the side and take a tour? And if so, is that hell? Are people look different? Our people down there with horns and shit? Like, is this is this real?
Well, if it's the opposite, why would they have horns?
I'm just saying, we portrayed the devil with horns, right? Maybe somebody escaped.
In your theory, yes. Your flat Earth.
My flat Earth
flat
theory.
Earth upside down.
Heaven and hell.
Yes. Okay.
We're there.
You're getting into deep stuff here. Yes.
I'm just saying, if we're going to believe it, I'm going to come at you with, that's why. There's a heaven and hell and a flat disc and somebody dug through. I don't buy it. Do you buy it? Come on. Do you buy that?
Do I buy that? No, I don't buy that. No. Because you just took that theory and you made it
I could sell
way
it.
Crazier.
I could sell it. Put it
you
this
added
way.
it.
If a flat earthist wants to win the battle, they should call me because
to make it more exciting.
I'd make it real.
I'll tell you what. Here's what you did. You took the flat Earth theory and you made it like 10 times more crazy, right?
Right.
And then
so it makes it more plausible.
So when people say, "Well, listen, I don't believe all that other upside down stuff, Bob, but the flat Earth, okay, that seems normal." That's what you did.
That's what I do.
Yeah, you oversold it.
I oversell it.
Yeah, and then you brought it back down.
So now I sold it. So
you
everyone's
sold
flat Earth.
So everyone's like, okay. Now
we don't want to get into heaven and hell, but flat Earth, that sounds
that
like
doesn't seem so crazy anymore, does it?
See?
Yeah. Guys going through the center, around the edges.
I'm just saying.
Yes.
The only way to know would be that there has to be an opposite side to it. So if there is such a thing,
does
as
it spin like a frisbee?
Has to, or even if it stays still.
Okay.
Right.
I think we need to watch a video on the flat Earth. I think we really need to understand that.
What's the video going to tell me?
I want to know what the flat earthers are saying. That's all.
They think it's flat.
I know they think it's flat
in some capacity and a disc.
But I think it's round. But we have supporting facts why we think it's round.
So we all can agree
why
that
we believe
the Earth is round.
Well, except for them.
Well, it's still round.
They
is. Believe it to be a disc. We believe it to be a sphere.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So I don't know where you're going with that. What are you trying to say?
Well, when you look at stars,
what was your point in that? Was you just?
I just
said that they believe this and we believe this, and then you were going to say something else, but then you just left it.
Well, no, just that they believe it's flat but spherical or circular, discular.
He says discular word.
Like I don't know. We'll just make it a word.
It's discular.
It looks like a
Sounds
disc, right?
Discular.
And then we are of the
discish.
We are of the comprehension that it's a sphere of some sort.
Yeah.
And that we are a basketball, basically.
As opposed to a frisbee.
As opposed to a frisbee. Very good. Yes. Yeah. Perfect analogy.
There you go.
We're a basketball, not a Frisbee.
Does it flip like this?
Well,
end over
again,
end? Or does
I believe
it,
if it was a
like-
Frisbee,
like Frisbee style?
I believe if it's a Frisbee, then it would make sense why we never have a true magnetic north. And it always points north no matter what, right? That would solve the magnetic issue because we'd be a disc of magnet.
Okay.
So we're just one giant magnet.
So you do believe that it's a disc?
Well, I believe that theory is the same even if we're a sphere. I don't know what's up or down. We're just being told what's up and down.
Well, true north.
And again, if you're on a magnet, it always is going to point to the north.
Yes.
And we just called it north. Someone labeled it N.
Unless it's a movie.
The magnet,
there's some.
the little needle is pointing that way.
Yes.
Whether it's called north or south is labeled by man, right?
Yes.
I'm just saying.
All right. I'm with you.
Flat Earth
Flat Earth
doesn't exist.
Oh, are you sure with that one? For now.
Sure.
Okay.
If not, then we have to go back to heaven and hell shit, and then we don't want to go down that road.
All right.
No good going down that road. If you enjoy the show, don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review. We appreciate your feedback and support. Stay tuned for our upcoming episodes packed with valuable insights you don't want to miss.